welcome back, everyone, to the BowlWinkles Pro Shop Open. We are here in East Hartford, Connecticut at Hall of Fame Silver Lanes with our champion, his 9th title, and back-to-back, right? You won the trios. We'll call it, you won the last weekend. Okay, yeah. There you go. So back-to-back, Joey Transue. Joey, congratulations.
Thank you.
Another fantastic performance. I just want to take you through that final match. As we look at that left lane, out of 10 shots, there was 1 strike. You struck in between strikes. They gave you a triple, and you rode that to 2-teen clean the rest of the way. What were you thinking as you went back and forth and saw, Rich struggling on that left lane? What did you feel about that pair compared to the other pairs?
I mean, obviously it's tighter because we hadn't used that pair in like 2 matches, so they played a little bit differently. And then I always go off of, if I throw it good, I'm going to win. If I don't throw it good, I'm going to lose.
It's pretty basic.
It's basic.
It's a pretty good approach to the game, I'd have to say.
Great mentality.
Yeah,
I'd
have to say. Yeah.
If I bowl my best, there's not a lot of people that are going to beat me. And if they do, hats off to them.
Yeah.
You know?
They bowl better. Yeah,
Rich is a great player. He got caught up a little bit. It looked like he had a little bit of struggles with his footing. He fell off a couple of shots, which is abnormal for him. He's usually very sound at the foul line.
We saw that even on the right lane where he was striking, he did fall off a couple of shots, even though they carried.
Which is abnormal for him because he's always very solid at the foul line.
Yeah.
And I struggle with the approaches, like I was telling you off broadcast all day. The approaches for me are so slick.
Yeah. Well, I think it's no secret. A lot of seems Bowlero centers.
Bowlero, yeah.
And Chicopee had this issue. Auburn, other places. The approaches are very slick. And what were you just saying about your saliva? You ran out of saliva?
I have no saliva left. It's all on my slide foot. It really is.
I don't think they're doing anything wrong. It's just whatever vendor they use, however they do it.
No.
And Kyle, you were saying even across the country, we're seeing this.
Yeah, a lot of the Bowlero centers, and like you were mentioning on the live stream earlier, their wood approaches with synthetic lanes. You don't see that very often.
Yeah. But everywhere you see it, it seems like they're putting them, make them really slick, and they're not impacted by humidity, things like that. You get the synthetic approaches, and they can be like glue. You get some humidity things. These seem to be very slick all the time.
But I think especially in at least Bowlero in New England, they're putting this great flooring in the settee areas, but it holds all of the dust.
It collects a lot of dust.
And then it just gets on the
Maybe that's
approaches.
a big thing of it. Yeah, that's interesting.
I've
noticed this
gets
too. That's
carried
true.
in.
That's interesting. Well, Chicopee still has their rug. I think
up top.
Up top.
But they have the flooring down below.
And it's beautiful.
So,
they make beautiful centers.
Oh,
but
Bowlero has the model. I mean, hats off to Bowlero the way they run it. A lot of people are frustrated, but they have a model that works. They're continuing to acquire centers, so it's a really good business model. So back to the match. You use the Envy, right? Most
Envy
of the
Tour,
day, the Envy Tour. Now you said. Now we were thinking you used that ball all through the finals. You were using something different, though.
I didn't. So this morning, I struggled. I was first on the at-large after the first squad at plus 72. And my son, after I shoot 160, he's like, "Oh, why don't you try the Trek stealth?"
This is Tristan, right? And he's
Jay.
Jay, I'm sorry, Jay. I'm sorry.
He's like, "Why don't you go to the stealth?" And I'm like, "Okay." Then I go 230, 250 to get in the at-large, make the finals.
Yeah.
So that's what I started with. I hit it with a pad before the match play.
Jameson Matthew, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I got your son's name.
And then
yeah.
And then as they started to change, like as the games goes on, he was like, "Go to that Envy." He was like my ball rep today.
Yeah.
Because he's watching me. He watches me bowl all the time.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
I have Andrew for that now.
Yeah.
So
he's like, "Go to the MV Tour," and then all of a sudden I go to the MV Tour and I'm striking a lot. And
it's homegrown. You raise your own ball rep, so it was a good thing. They have your. You can trust them. You're getting their best advice.
You hope so.
At least you hope that's
true.
Hope so. You hope
it's funny.
Right.
So on the
you'll find out.
I got a long ways to go before she's ball repping, but
on the drive up today, I said, "Jay, whoever finishes furthest in the tournament doesn't have to work tomorrow." so he's going to work for me tomorrow.
That's nice.
That's a good little incentive.
That's a good incentive. Yeah, that works out, considering you won. So you're really showing them the ropes there and all that. So that's so much fun. Are you guys able to bowl anything together? Or are you?
Well, we won the trios, so we couldn't.
Yeah.
And he won.
But you'll be able to defend. So.
Yeah, we'll be able to. But he won a singles championship last.
Right,
January.
I remember that, Matt. Yeah, I remember that.
We were never able to both doubles together.
Yeah.
Which kind of sucks, but we won the trios, so that was fun.
Well, good for you. And that's back. We're calling it back-to-back, right?
We're calling it back-to-back.
Yeah. And so what did you think of the pattern? I mean, it seems like it was a 5-to-1 ratio. Challenge pattern obviously scores, 70 to 80 cuts, things like that. The at-large was, 45, something like that?
Yes, it was 45.
45.
It was pretty medium scoring.
Medium
scoring pattern.
You definitely need to make a shot. And the thing we were observing was, especially in the round of 8, guys with softer hand, slower, crossing it, getting it off the pattern, you can't throw it through the pattern, but you got to get it reading before it leaves the pattern. So guys like Tyler Levesque, really slow rolling it, really killing it. So did you find that as well? Did you slow your speed down? Did you make any other changes to adapt to it?
Yeah, I mean, I think in match play especially, at least for the high rev guys, I thought you had to go around it a little bit. I mean, obviously you guys saw nobody was really going straight. I mean, no. Jeremy was trying to
straight-ish. Yeah.
And
it worked on some pair. It worked really well over here.
Yeah.
And some other pairs.
Well, in this building is so unique.
Every 4 lanes, we were talking about
they're
it.
So,
every 4 lanes is kind of its own. And it's not just bays.
Different.
It's just, they changed so
but
much.
you seem to like it. You've won here twice. So.
Yeah. Well, I'm just glad I didn't get on the other side of the pillars today, so that was good.
There was 3 matches up there. There was the round
41 and 2
32,
had 3 matches. Yep.
The round of 16 and the 2 rounds of 32 and then the round of 16 all had matches on that pair.
I mean, this building is tricky. I mean, sometimes like those light mixers carry. Other times you leave a Swisher 7 or something like that.
Yep.
Yep. You got to take your breaks when you can get them, and hopefully
you left that. You doubled,
and
then you left that blower 7. That was a great shot.
We didn't see very many of those today.
No.
The
really
light
didn't.
Mixers were going.
Yeah.
It seemed like.
Yeah.
A lot of solid 9s you saw. A lot of quite a few fast 8s.
Some sliding pins.
So we saw the 5-pin that slid and.
Yeah.
Oh, didn't I leave a 5-pin in the championship match?
Oh, you did.
Yeah,
Bruce tried to bail you out. He called it a 2-pin.
Yeah, everybody was probably raising their hands.
I called it a 2-pin. Yeah, I said that couldn't be a 5-pin. That's got to be a 2-pin.
There were 2.
Well,
there were 2
5,
missed today.
And again, that left lane. So even though you guys had a reasonable pocket percentage, but you just couldn't get strikes over there. So.
I feel like NEBA, the championship is always in these like 6 lanes, 33 to 38.
It is,
and they're like the toughest 6 lanes in the building.
And it's funny you say that because I talked to this morning. I got here early. I kind of talked to a bunch of people, scoped out the center, and a lot of people I talked to are like, "Oh, 35 and 6 is the best pair in the house."
Is that right?
Yeah, you hear it. I think Bill Halota said that. Yeah, 35 and 6
right?
best pair in the house. So
lefty.
Oh.
Never know.
Well,
it's a different bowling alley left to right here too, so you never know.
This place is tricky. It really is.
Yeah.
There's a lot of variables in this building.
Well, last night I bowled all on that side, and then here I came over here. Even on the left, it was 4 boards tighter. I mean, it was just
the left
completely different.
The left looked very hard today.
Yeah, there just wasn't any defined recovery spot.
Yeah.
So high lefty lost in the round of 16, I believe.
Yeah.
Which I think was Bill.
Well, I bowled Dennis.
You beat
that
Dennis.
might have been the
3
round
left,
of
3 or 4 lefties went out in that round of 16. Yeah.
PJ might have been in the round of 16.
Yeah, I think 16 to 8. I think was all the lefties.
Yeah, they all.
There's none in the top 8. So, but it happens. Next one it'll be better. It's just a roll of the dice. That's why you got to bowl them all.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. You got to show up. And there were lefties that made the finals, so hey.
There were
close enough. There were. So it was close. I had my chances. I didn't have the hook spot I wanted, but I finally ended up piping 15, which was probably not the right shot. I needed to swing it, but hey, bowl better. That's how it works. So
I didn't bowl, so
There you go. There you go. When you were kibitzing the whole time, though.
Just
I was watching you.
You made money today.
Ball repping
right.
and, you know.
That's right.
Scoping the.
There you go.
Scoping the field.
It's a guaranteed income. So, anybody you want to give a shout out to, Joey?
My son, like I said, he was ball repping me during match play.
Yep.
He was like, try this, like, and then because he watches me bowl all the time, he's like, just roll the ball.
Yeah.
And I preach that to everybody. You don't throw the ball, you roll the ball. You know, and he was like, just roll it, keep your feet slow, roll the ball.
It's a good thought. Yeah, I like that thought.
You know.
Don't try to grab it. Don't try to do anything.
Just roll it.
Just let it go. Yeah.
I think that's why Chris picked him to win. Before he did pick you to win.
He did pick you to
win.
win.
He told me.
Well, Jeremy was his kind of sentimental favorite.
No, yeah.
But he's serious. You were the one who really thought was going to win.
He did pick you to win.
I think Jeremy just ran into a bad pair for him because he bowled really good all day, too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, other than that, obviously, Brands of Brunswick, Dave Wadka.
And Dave recovering from that throat cancer.
Yeah.
If you heard about that.
He was bowling a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, I saw him at the regional out in Ohio.
It's good to see him
it was
back.
great to see him catch up. Yeah. Dave's doing really well.
I mean, my phone is on vibrate in my pocket, like continually going off. So everybody that is texting me, thank you so much. It's a little surreal. Like, honestly, when my son wants to like bowl every event, like, he has made me fall in love back with bowling again.
That's great.
That's awesome.
Glad to hear that.
So, I mean, I'm making him drive home.
and work tomorrow.
and
work tomorrow. So, yeah.
But yeah, it's a little surreal. I came in today and not even thinking. I mean, I always walk in thinking I have a chance, but you know, the way this started, I couldn't tell you that I would be in this chair right now, you know.
Well, you never know. I mean, in this finals format,
no, yeah,
you know,
never
with one game elimination, you could never count on anything. But
yeah,
anyway, that's an impressive run, Joey. Congratulations.
Yeah, getting there.
Just want to give a shout out to Danny, of course, Debbie, running the show today. Becky behind the scenes. Kyle, thank you for coming out. Thanks to
for
Chris
having
Forey.
me.
Thanks to Chris Forey for coming out.
All the sponsors, Chris Forey especially, you know, with the Paul Forey Invitational thing.
By the way, you're in there. You're in that deal, so that's always a nice thing.
Well, once I got
in.
to the top 8, I shook his hand and I'm like, all right, I'm in.
Yeah,
let's go.
You're done.
And you know,
now you just got to show up for the playoffs.
Yeah.
How nice of you to knock out the title sponsor of this tournament, but you know.
Yeah, we'll
had to do what you got to do. I get it.
We'll let him tell that.
Well, I mean, Rich bowled phenomenal all day.
Yeah.
I mean, Rich is such a, not only a solid player, but Rich is such a great guy too. Like, I don't know if you ever like hung out with him. I've had the opportunity to at several events. He's such a really nice person too.
He's down to earth. He runs a great shop.
Yeah.
And got a great clientele.
Yeah.
And obviously knows his equipment, knows his game. You know, he doesn't. He's not bowling everything. You don't see him at regionals. You don't see him like run around, do a whole bunch of stuff. But boy, he's so solid.
Oh, yeah.
He's a factor wherever he goes.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So, congratulations to him. And we were saying, I put the pressure on him in the semifinal. I said, you realize we're trying to look back and see which sponsor has won their own event, get their own money back. So we're trying to see that. And we're not sure. You might be the first one. He might be the first one for the singles. Because we were thinking it was Alex in the doubles at EP.
Yeah.
It was probably had to be some Strike FX, something. But then he won that match. He said, thanks for the pressure. I said, and he won this match, and now he's over against, he hits the buzzsaw. So, you know, anyway,
I don't know if buzzsaw is the right word. But
well, he can blame me, but I would have to say that you're a solid play.
I made some
spares.
spares.
Got you this 9th title. So, you
stayed clean.
Solid performance, and congratulations, Joey. Have a safe drive home. We'll see you you'll be at the Hall of Fame dinner.
I haven't committed to that. I might though.
It'll be a good time.
But I'll be at the next event.
Okay, and that's the Cambridge next day.
Yep.
Top 16 get a bye. Are you in the top 16 for
no,
last year?
because I think I only bowled 5 events last year.
Okay.
That'll get you in though.
Yeah.
That'll get you in.
That's enough for the Cambridge. Yeah.
I took about 2 years off.
Yeah.
you know, once COVID happened, I stopped bowling.
A lot of us did. Webb was gone.
Yeah.
You didn't see him. I was out a lot. It was just, that's why at the Hall of Fame dinner, we're combining the 2020 and 21 awards. We called that 1 year, if you recall.
Yeah.
So whatever stats you had across those 2 years counted just for 1 year, because we had about half the tournaments in each year.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have the 2022 awards. So both the champions and the award winners.
It's gonna be a
high average.
It's gonna be a good night.
Oh, it's gonna
be a lot of fun.
Be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Great inductees, and I'm not just saying that because Ryan's going in, but you know,
Well, I mean, Ryan, he doesn't live around here anymore, but he's such a great player too.
Well, he won Bowler of the Year in 2016 by one of the widest margins in the history of the club.
I think he won 5 or 6 times.
He crushed
that year.
it. Yeah, he just crushed. He had it sewed up in September, I think.
Yeah,
Bowler of the Year.
He's
so
a great player.
Great player, and doing a lot out there and with his family and all that. So and, Eric Copping, John Kirker.
Oh, Copping. I mean,
Joe Navarro.
Joe Navarro.
Well,
and Debbie.
Yeah,
and Debbie Brogan.
Navarro has the highest winning percentage ever, doesn't he?
So
we were talking about that earlier.
We were talking about that. So Navarro is 7 for 39.
That's pretty good.
Anthony Pepe was, I don't know the number, but he's very close to that same percentage.
Yeah.
We think he might have beat it. And shout out to Scott Widmer. As soon as we asked this question, Scott's put out everybody's total tournament that they bowled since 2003, since when we started keeping track. So you can go check. We could actually go look. I haven't looked.
Where is it?
It's on the website.
It should be on the NEBA website. I think it's under stats, right?
If you under stats, if you go to your name and click on it, it'll tell you how many events you bowled.
Yep.
Since 2003. Now, I bowled in 70s, so unfortunately, not going to have all my events.
I mean,
but anybody who's been
all those
since
guys,
2003,
Navarro,
20 years.
Navarro's a great player.
Yeah.
You know,
Pepe's 20 years,
Copping's a great player. Graywatts is a great player.
Yeah.
Kirker, I mean, well overdue for Kirker. He didn't bowl NEBA for so long because they didn't allow him
PBA.
at one point.
He was out on tour. That's right.
But Kirker is one of those guys that he should have been there a long time ago.
Well, the Super Senior of the Year that he and I tied for 2020 and 2021 put him in. So, good for him. I need 2 more wins, I think, or 1 more win or something. So I'm knocking on the door. I didn't win back in those days when everything counted double and all the lefties were winning. I got beat by people like Lichtenstein, so it's too bad.
I mean, that's why he's got 30-something titles.
Yes, that's exactly right. So
he just run them over.
Hey, have a safe drive home. Congratulations, Joey.
Congrats again, man. Great bowling.
I appreciate it.
We'll see you at the Cambridge, and everybody, thank you so much. We will see you at the Hall of Fame dinner, I think, if we can figure out the internet. But we will definitely be back for the Cambridge, right, Kyle?
Absolutely.
And we'll be there.
Looking forward to it.
Okay, everybody, take care. Have a good evening, and we will catch you on the flip side.
Have a good night, everyone.
Bye-bye.